Joe Hopkins here, and well, you might notice the sound isn't as good as usual because I'm just using the camera sound here because I'm just walking around with all my guitars. And the question is, well, not really a question, the statement is, it's good to collect budget guitars. And why? Why is it good to collect budget guitars? Well, this is my budget guitar collection, right? This is some of it. And, you know, you can see that's a lot of guitars and more instruments and guitars and more and let's see here, more and more. And but why? What's the point in all this? Well, every guitarist, well, all of us, right? We all want to collect guitars. I wanted to collect guitars. And I can't afford to collect Fenders and Gibsons and that kind of stuff. But I can afford to collect all this stuff, right? And since a lot of these budget brands are pretty good these days, it means I'm getting pretty good guitars. One of the real benefits then is with doing videos or even giving advice to other people, I got a pretty good idea what brands are good and what brands ain't because, yeah, all that. I've bought enough of them and played enough of them that I got a pretty good idea, right? Also, I record music, so I got an idea what works well with recording, what works well, what guitars work good live, what guitars are just fun to mess around with, and which ones maybe aren't that great but look really cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, looking cool is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with having a guitar that just looks cool. Plus, if it just looks cool, sometimes you can change parts out and make it better anyway, right? So, if any of you guys are thinking of collecting guitars, you can collect guitars. I don't have a lot of money. I have a lot of guitars. Because most of these, I think the most expensive one I got is my Wolf, and that's like $500, roughly $550, something like that. It wasn't a ton of money, and I even bought a case with that, you know? So you're not talking about a lot of money to collect guitars, and most of these are really, really good. I got a couple that are like meh, but most of them are really good. And the nice thing is, even if you get that meh guitar, you're not spending a lot of money on it. It's not a ton, so you can kind of afford to get a meh. Here, let me switch hands. My other arm's getting tired there. You can see I even got some basses in here. It's good to have some basses, especially if you record music, right? So, yeah, there we go. You guys should, if you want to, try collecting some guitars. And I'd recommend collecting stuff you can afford because you don't go into debt. You know what I mean? Not on guitars. Go into debt buying a house. Go into debt buying a car. Don't go into debt buying a Gibson Les Paul. Really, you can get something just as good, or at least close to it, from somebody else where you don't have to spend that much. You can work a shift or two of overtime and pay for it. You know what I mean? If that, right? So, yeah, collect some guitars. Do like me, collect some guitars and start a YouTube channel talking about them. That's what got me into doing the YouTube there. I wanted a bunch of guitars. Actually, at first I needed some more guitars for recording. So I bought them and I realized I could do videos on these maybe and get to where YouTube pays me to buy more guitars. So it's worked out pretty good so far. Thus far, I'm not making a lot of money, but YouTube buys me a guitar here and there. So yeah, just thought I'd share that with you guys. Some thoughts on it. If you want to collect guitars, by all means do so. At the end of the video here, I have a playlists that come up. There's a reviews playlist. You can look at that, go to that playlist and look down through there. I've reviewed all these guitars and more. And you can take a look at it and see what you think of the various guitars and which ones you might like to buy to collect. And then someday you can have a collection like kind of like mine, I guess. I don't know, there's more down here, and I got guitars piled up everywhere. It's actually getting to be a bit cluttered in here, but I love it. It's a fun thing always to get a new guitar. That's the other cool thing. You can get new guitars all the time, and it's always fun, you know. And if you get tired of them, give them to your friends, sell them. I don't. I like keeping them. I've given a few away. I have given a few guitars away just because, you know, stuff that I got and I'm like, yeah, it's a good guitar, but it's not for me, or I already have 2 of these, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, guitar collection. You can have one too, and it costs less than you think. So just, you know, check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe to my channel, and peace out, baby. Bye-bye.